Hello everyone, welcome to PRV solution. So in this lecture we will study a very important topic, that is alternating current indicating instruments. We will study two types of alternating current indicating instruments. The first is moving iron instruments and the second is the electrodynamometer instrument. So firstly we will study moving iron instrument. So definition: the instrument in which the moving iron is used for measuring the flow of current or voltage is known as the moving iron instrument. So here we will use a moving iron, a piece of iron which will move for measuring purpose. It works on the principle that the iron placed near the magnet attracts towards it. So when we place an iron, then it will attract it towards the magnet. The force of attraction depends on the strength of the magnetic field. Third point, the magnetic field induced by the electromagnet, whose strength depends on the magnitude of the current passes through it. So magnetic field produced depends upon the electromagnet, whose strength depends upon the magnitude of the current passes through it. Larger the current, larger the magnetic field strength. So basically MI instruments are of two types: attraction type moving iron instruments, repulsion type moving iron instruments. So firstly we will study attraction type moving iron instruments. So basic principle of these instruments is when a soft iron piece, if brought near the magnet, gets attracted by the magnet. So this is the basic principle. An iron piece can be attracted towards the magnet. Construction: a soft iron vein, IV is iron vein, is attached to the moving system. So this iron vein is attached to the moving system. When the current to be measured is passed through the coil C, a magnetic field is produced. This field attracts the eccentrically mounted vein on the spindle towards it. So actually what we are doing here, we have a coil and through which that we will pass through current, and iron vein is placed inside the coil. Coil will generate magnetic field and that iron piece will get attracted towards the coil. Second, the spindle is supported at the two ends on a pair of jewel bearings for movement purpose. Thus the pointer PR, which is attached to the spindle S of the moving system, is deflected. Whenever current is passed through the coil, spindle will move and this spindle is moved on the jewel bearings. Pointer is attached to this spindle, so pointer also gets deflected. The pointer moves over a calibrated scale. Construction: third point, the control torque is provided by two hairsprings S1 and S2 in the same way as for a PMMC instrument, while damping torque is provided by air friction with the help of a light aluminum piston which is attached to the moving system, which move in a fixed chamber closed at one end as shown in figure. So this will be shown in next figure. If the current in the fixed coil is reversed, if we will reverse the current, the field produced by it also reverses. So the polarity induced on the vein reverses. Thus whatever be the direction of the current in the coil, the vein is always magnetized in such a way that it is attracted into the coil. By reversing the polarity, it also gets magnetized. Hence such instrument can be used for both direct current as well as alternating current measurement. So this is the diagram for the attraction type moving iron instruments. So this is the iron vein which is placed in the coil. whenever current is passed through this coil, this iron vein will get deflected towards the coil, and this iron vein is supported by this spindle. This spindle are free to move over the jewel bearing J1 and J2, and on this spindle our pointer is attached. This pointer will get deflected when current is passed through this coil. So this is the very simple basic principle of the attraction type moving iron instruments. Another diagram shows the same thing. So this is the coil cross section. C means coil. Whenever current is passed through this coil, our moving iron is placed here. So it will deflected towards the coil, and pointer is attached on this moving iron, on the spindle of the moving iron. So this pointer will gets deflected over the scale, and this is the arrangement for the damping. Air damping chamber, a piston, it provides the damping. Another diagram also shows the same thing. This is the coil, this is the, so whenever current pass through this coil will set up it will produce magnetic field. Suppose field produces in this direction, N and S. So this is the moving iron, our moving iron, which will attracted towards the south pole, because its north pole will gets attracted towards south pole. So pointer attached to this spindle also moves, and in this way we will find out the measurement of the current. So this is very basic circuit for understanding. You can use any of these circuit. Working: when the current to be measured is passed through the coil, a magnetic field is produced which attracts the iron rod inwards, thereby deflecting the pointer, which moves over a calibrated scale. Next, second type of MI is repulsion type instrument. The repulsion type instrument has two vanes or iron plates. So it has two iron plates. One is fixed and the other is movable. The vanes becomes similarly magnetized when the current passes through the stationary coil, and the force of repulsion occur between them. Because of a repulsive force, the moving coil starts moving away from the fixed vane. So as we are using here two vanes, one is fixed and the another is movable. So when we will pass the current through these stationary coil, these two vanes gets similarly magnetized, means they will have now force of repulsion between them. So movable arm moves away from the fixed plate. The spring provides the contouring torque. Springs are used for contouring torque. Air friction induces the damping torque. So damping torque is provided by the air friction. The repulsion type instrument is a non-polarized instrument, that is free from the direction of current passes through it. Thus it is used for both AC and DC. So it is also used for AC and DC measurement. This is the two different designs for repulsion type moving instruments. One is radial vane type, the another one is coaxial vane type. In radial vane type we have radial coil through which we will pass current, while in case of coaxial vane type we have coaxial coil through which we will pass the current, and this will show the one arm is movable arm and this arm is fixed with coil. This is shown here. So when current will pass through this coil, these two vanes have the same polarity, that is N pole will occur here, or N pole of movable arm is also present here. Similarly for south poles and south pole. So this vane will get repelled through this vane. So in this and the pointer is attached to this spindle. So our pointer will move on the calibrated scale. Similarly is the working is the for the coaxial vane type. So working in this type, the vanes are radial strips of iron. We are discussing here radial vane type. The strips are placed within a coil as shown in figure A. The fixed vane is attached to the coil and the movable one is to the spindle of the instrument. The instrument pointer is attached to the moving vane spindle. As current flows through the coil, fixed coil, the generated magnetic field induces identical polarity on both the fixed and moving vane. Identical polarity means north pole and south pole. North pole and south pole means these are identical polarity on both the vane. Thus, even when the current through the coil is alternating for AC measurement, there is always a repulsion force acting between the like poles of fixed and moving vanes. So hence deflection of the pointer is always in the same direction, irrespective of the polarity of the current in the coil. So whenever current changes its polarity in the coil, there is always a repulsive force between the vanes. The amount of deflection depends on the repulsion force between the vanes, which in turn depends upon the amount of current passing through the coil. The scale can thus be calibrated to read the current or voltage directly. So in this way we can measure the current or voltage, AC current or voltage from the radial vane type. Now coaxial vane type MI instrument working. In this type of instrument, the fixed and moving vanes are sections of coaxial cylinder as shown in figure B. This is coaxial vane type. Current in the coil magnetizes both the vanes with similar polarity. Thus the movable vane rotates along the spindle axis due to this repulsive force. Coaxial vane type instruments are moderately sensitive as compared to radial vane type instruments that are more sensitive. So radial vane type instruments are more sensitive as compared to coaxial vane type instruments. Now we have to find the expression for deflecting torque in the attraction type moving iron instrument. So deflecting torque is due to the force of attraction between the field of the coil and the iron disc. The force pulling the disc inward is proportional to the magnetization of disc and field strength H. So deflecting torque is directly proportional to magnetization as well as the field intensity. Tg is proportional to mh. But this magnetization of disc is proportional to the field strength H. M is further proportional to H. So we have Td which is directly proportional to H square. But field strength is proportional to the applied current. Current is more, magnetic field intensity is more. So from earlier equation we have deflecting torque which is directly proportional to I square, because Td is directly proportional to H square and H is directly proportional to I. So Td is indirectly proportional to I square. Or in terms of inductance, if you want to calculate this deflecting torque in terms of inductance, its value comes out to be half I square dl by d theta. We will use this expression in for electrodynamo type instrument. At steady state condition, these two torques are equal, deflecting torque as well as controlling torque, but controlling torque is always given by k theta. Thus the deflecting torque is proportional to the square of the current passing through the coil. So when the instrument measure AC, this theta is proportional to I square RMS. When both torques are equal, this k theta is proportional to I square or theta is proportional to I square, which measures the AC. So in this way this will measure the AC voltage or current. Advantages of MI instruments. First is the universal use. The MI instrument is independent of the direction of current and hence used for both AC and DC. Less friction error. The friction error is very less in the moving iron instruments because their torque weight ratio is very high. Torque to weight ratio is high, so we have less friction error. The torque weight ratio is high because their current carrying part is stationary and the moving part are lighter in weight, that is moving iron. Cheapness. The MI instruments require less number of turns as compared to PMMC, so it is cheaper. Robustness. The instrument is robust because of their simple construction and also because their current carrying part is stationary. So these are the advantages. Now disadvantages of MI instruments. First is accuracy. The scale of the moving iron instrument is not uniform and hence the accurate result is not possible, so it is less accurate. Errors. Some serious errors can occur in the instrument because of the hysteresis, frequency and stray magnetic field. And the last is calibration is also different for AC and DC operation. Thanks for watching.